Hello guys, how are you all? This is Prashant. I welcome you on today's topic. Yesterday we talked about the SQL MySQL, and we learned about what is the difference between these two and what are the components, what is the DML, DDML, and TCL. So today we are going to start with the first table. We are going to create our first database, and we will create the first table in that, and we will insert some values, and we will see how we will do this. So watch the video till end. So here we are going to begin. Let's continue. We discussed these topics yesterday. Okay, so here we are going to start uh, the beginner's guide to for MySQL. Before start the SQL, you should know which type of things we can use in this. As you know that structure query language. Each language have its own words, its own rules and regulations which we have to follow to make the programs. Similarly, here we are going to learn a language. It have its own styles, it have on its own keyword, but make it sure it is very easy. It is a simple English. It is a simple English. So before to start, we should know what are the data types. As you are the students of Python, C++, and all. So you have some data types here, and data types help you to insert the data and to understand the concept of the data. Okay, so which type of data we can insert? Let's see here. We have text data types, numeric data types, and the date data types. Okay, so first of all, these two, my dear students, I am giving 2, 3, 4, 5 stars to this question. This question is the pat question for the examiner, so it is better that you can understand the difference between them, char and the varchar. Maybe you will get this question in the exam time also. It will be in the 1 mark. What is the difference between the character and the varchar? So my dear students, it is better that you can understand now. So data type, first data type, as in a Python we can use none, integer, float, and this list, tuple, dictionary. So similar we have here, starting with the character. So character, here you can see character varchar. It is a fixed for 0 to 225 characters along. As you can understand, ASCII. Okay, ASCII. If you know the full form of this word, write down in the comment section. Let me know that you know the full form. Okay, so character ASCII. It can handle these all the words, ASCII words, in the character form. Here you can give the value of this word, as you are giving 10. So it can open the 10 boxes to store the value. Okay, varchar allows you to insert the value as well as the character. As suppose you want to write down B29, your house address, you want to write down house number B29, let's suppose. So you can use the varchar, where you can insert the value and the character. And it is here you can see the both the definitions are similar, but a little bit difference is there. Here you can insert only the characters, here you can insert the value and the characters. One thing is also there, when you will during the runtime, when you will insert the value during if you use the character, if you are giving 20 characters, if you are giving 10 characters, let's suppose 10 characters. So let's suppose 10 characters occupy this much place. If you are going to give 12 characters, and 12 character, it will accept the 12 character, but it will not display the 12 characters. Okay, as we have the length 10, it can accept the 12 characters, but it will not it will not show the 12 characters. Here it will accept the 12 character, it will show the 12 character also. If you are giving the length 10, so it will accept 10 and it will show the 10. I think things are clear to you. Now we have a numeric data types. As we have integer data types, or natural numbers 0 to 9, or the numbers you can see the range here. So these are the ranges that you can insert the number here. Next we have the float type. Float type is a decimal type form, means you can use the decimal values. Now we have decimal here, one more. So both the things are similar. Don't be panic in that, don't be confused in that. that why float and decimal are there. So both the things are similar for you. Okay. Double, large number with a float decimal point. Let's suppose decimal have this much length. Okay, let's suppose we are supposing that decimal have this much length, but if you are going to use double float, so it will provide you the double of the length. Okay, now means you can store more data. The things are clear to you? I hope so. Now we have date and data types. Means suppose you are making a form where you have to insert the date of a person, or you are going to calculate a date of birth of a person. You have to insert particular date. So that time we can use this format to insert the data. Okay, so we have different types of formats in MySQL which you can use, but you should know this is the form to insert the date and the time. So I think these things are clear. So we are going to continue to make the table. Now before going to start the table, you should know that you are going to work on a database. Okay, so first of all you have to think about that you have to create a bucket. Okay, in this bucket you are going to keep your articles. You are going to keep this articles. So what is this bucket? This bucket is your database, and article means you want to keep the tables in this. You can keep one table, two table, three table, number of tables you can keep in this bucket. So first of all what we have to do, we have to create a database. Okay, as I told you, it is a simple English that you can understand. So we are going to see that one just now. So let's begin. Now here is the syntax. Now create the database. Here is the syntax. You have to write down create database. What you have to write down? Create a database, and in this place you can write down your name, whatever is your database name. Make it sure this brackets are put purposely so that you can categorize them. In this place, which is I highlighted in the red section, the square I made, the box I made. Here you can write down the name, and after that you have to put a curly brace. Don't forget to put the curly brace, otherwise your command will not work. So this is the creating the database. This command will help you to create the database. So here is the creating database. So here is the example, create database. Oh, by mistake I put this. I'm going to remove this. No need to put this bracket. Create database student. So as soon as you will start and press enter, then it will tell you that your database is created. So now you are ready with your bucket. You are ready with your bucket. Now how to use it? How to use it means we are saying how to use it. So use, we have to use it. So we have to write down use. So now let's see. When you create the database, it will show the line, the database named student is currently empty. Okay, it will show you that it is empty. If you want to use it, you have to write down command use student. So that means your database is going to open. Your database is open. Okay, earlier it was covered, but now if you are going to use this, your database is unlit, means your lid is not there. Okay, the things are clear. Next, now how to create a table. Now we are going to create the table. We are going to keep the articles in that. Before going to create the table, we have to understand what is the table and how we are going to make it. So we are going to make a rough diagram of that. So let's see here. We are going to create a table. We are going to create named marks. Okay, roughly criteria I am creating named marks. We are going to create a table named marks, and this table have a number of columns. Okay, number of columns. You can increase or decrease afterwards. No tension. Okay, but in this table you want to create the student ID. Okay, as a student having the different types of subject, you are going to create a student ID, student name. Okay, and here you are going to store the marks as like English marks, science marks, and maths marks. Okay, so here this is the roughly diagram of your table. Okay, now if I want to call this table, if I want to use this table with in different place, I want to join this table. So that time what I will do, I will use a primary key. and the primary key should be the unique. So name can't be the primary, the marks cannot be the primary. So what should be the primary? This student ID can be the primary. So means you have to think that before creating the table, you have to create a rough idea in your mind that which type of table you need, what are the attributes in that table, and which type of things I am going to store. So here is the example for you. Create a table, you have to write down simple English, create space table and the name of table. Okay, then bracket ID, you can write down SID, you can write down student ID, it is your opinion. As you are writing student ID, SID, so SID, if you want use this, sorry, the student ID, the student ID can be the integer form. That means 1 2 3 4 0 0 1 1 0 1 like this. Okay, so you can use student ID int. Int means integer type. It should not be null. That's why I am writing not null. You can't leave it null. It is the property of primary key. I think you have watched my first video. If you have not watched, please go with that. Okay, not null. So we cannot leave it null. Now we have to use it as a primary key. So we have to write down, we have to define that it is a primary key. Then auto increment. It will increment itself as we are going to insert one value, two value. It will increment itself. No need to increase the value. It will increase itself. Okay. Now name as the character. We are going to use as a name as a character. So earlier in other program language, what we used to do, we have to define as like a integer SID, character name. Earlier we used to do like that in the C and C++, but here we have to do a little bit more different thing. First we have to define the data variable, and after that its type, and it is holding the 100, the value of 100 it can store. Secondly, we are going to use English, then science, and then maths. Okay, or you can leave these things, okay, you can simply write down int, but make it sure everything is separated by comma. This ID is separated by comma, name is separated by comma, English is separated by comma, science is separated by comma, math is separated by, after that we are not going to write down, we are going to close the things and termination, enter. So your command is going to be execute. Okay, so remember these things as whatever I explained the previous things here. It is the remember point for you. You can read it yourself. Okay. Now the table will be created, means your table is ready in the database. Now we have to insert some value in that table. Table is ready. It is empty table. It will show you the only the names. Whatever the your column names, it will show you that only. These things it will show you. To insert the things, what you have to do? You have to write down insert into table name. Okay, insert into table name, bracket. If you want to insert the value in all the columns, okay, so from beginning to end you have to give the columns name as I gave here. Okay, and after that values, you have to write down values, and you can write down these many things. Okay, make it sure this content should be same. Okay, content should be the same. So you can insert these values. When you will insert, it will give you the effect 0 1, your 1. Okay, filled by 1. Okay, just now you are thinking that why I put a null here. Null is a command allows the auto increment to automatically increase the ID by 1. I think this thing is clear. Null I purposely put here. Okay, so 1 Peter 80 92 and 87. Okay, it will store this many marks. Things are clear to you? So this is the first row. If you want to insert multiple values like 2 3 4 5 6 and different names, you can insert that also. So how will you do that? Just now I kept all the things in the similar way. You can insert the values. Just now I am telling you one by one. After that I will tell you, you can insert all row together. Okay, so for your practice today you can do this work. Now you have insert all the values. How you will come to know that it is already means inserted, your table is got affected, means your table got the values. So to check this, we have the option. You can write down this command, select asterisk from students. So this is the thing that you have to remember. This command will tell you, will show you the table. Okay, I think things are clear to you. Okay, so it will show you the table in a proper way with the data. So my dear students, this is the today's topic. You have to do the practice for that. So we discussed what are the different data types. Okay, what are the different data types, how to create the database, how to use the database, how to create the table, and how to insert the values. Okay, so you have to do the practice for that. You can at least create 2 to 3 tables for your understanding, and let me know if you are satisfied with this video. Thank you and have a nice day.